Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Warships Legends. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight we are back in the Alaska and we're on North. So there's a couple things I need to point out about these legendary battles that I've been seeing. Thank God we got a full match for once. That's going to be nice. But there's a couple things that I've noticed. Anytime you seem to have multiple legendaries on a team, they seem to spawn right on top of each other. Like, you'll notice here I look to my left, and sure enough, the friendly Gross Occur First is literally right next to me. And I'm in the Alaska. Now, I also noticed that generally when that happens, 90% of the time I have been spawned directly across from the enemy legendary ships as well. Meaning the game is really trying to put legendaries versus legendaries and keep most other ships, you know, whether it's choice or not, to go after a legendary ship. Okay? So, I kind of like it on one end, but on the other side, it's like, man, it would be real nice to try this Alaska versus some normal ships once in a while. Because going up against these super battleships are interesting, to say the least. Against Yamato, you've got to be extremely careful because he just overmatches you and obliterates you. But against Kurfürst, if you angle, and you're gonna see some up close and personal battles in this one. We ain't running away, guys. This is gonna be up close and personal. Hello, Jean Bart. How you doing? All right, there's the nose of his ship, and fire the guns. Now I'm gonna apologize ahead of time. I don't know what happened. I got an audio glitch in this match. It was in my headset as well. It was really obnoxious. So a lot of the sounds disappear or get really muffled or something. It was weird. So I apologize for that, but this game is too good to pass up. Like, this is a very good game that we have here. And it really showcases just how strong this ship can be in the right situations. Now, I'm not going to lie. I get pretty lucky at one point in this match as well. You'll see that in a little bit. But you're going to see I switched to HE. Why do I switch to HE against the Jean Bart? Because we know he's extremely susceptible to it. Also, set him on fire. We get the fire right off the bat. This thing has a 30% chance or something like that to set a fire with each shell. You're firing 6 shells over the nose. You're going to most likely set a fire almost every single salvo. Not quite, but, you know, it seems that way. Now, that's a very, very good grouping. But you're going to start to notice our grouping going to be a little bit weird here in a bit as well. And that is solely because of the Jean Bart's premium camo that he has. That 4.5% dispersion nerf that it gives every ship that shoots at it. And that's not unique to the Jean Bart, and I'm running a special camo as well. So I've got the -4.5 too. But it is something that does rear its ugly head at times. And this Hipper can only be described as the biggest goof ever. Now, I know what he's doing, and it's a solid idea against normal ships if you're in a Hipper to rush them and get them off the board using your torpedoes. And the Gross Occur First is an exception to this because, A, it has 95,000 hit points, guys. All right? You're going broadside to a Jean Bart. Not a good plan. And there's an Alaska there. What are you doing? Now, he throws his ship away, but he does get torpedoes away. And to his credit, he lands a couple of them. But unfortunately, this is a legendary battleship. So, torpedo hits aren't exactly that big a deal against these legendary battleships. As you can see, he's still got plenty of health in his boss bar. Meanwhile, we are slowly but surely whittling away at this Jean Bart. And we're already up to 27,000 damage. And he's put out his fire. But it's time to set another one. We're not getting many hits. We got 3 hits that time. But we managed to set a fire. And as you can see, he is fully retreating at this point. He is like, I gotta get away from here. Now, he puts that fire out immediately, meaning he damage conned it. Which means that right about the time that I get loaded, his damage con is expired, and he immediately gets set on fire again, making this ship very, very nasty as a fire starter. Not only does it have the high probability of starting a fire, but the reload is such that most of the time, if somebody damage cons your fire, by the time you get loaded again, you're going to be able to set another fire on them. And this time we set 2 fires. Now, I try to get greedy here and go for a third, but then I notice that there is an Alaska approaching from my rear. And I don't know about you, but I start to feel some type of way when I have a legendary super cruiser coming around the corner on my backside. Especially when I'm sitting here in the cap. I did manage to capture this base, so that's good for our team. Keeps us in the fight. We're not doing well on the rest of the map, unfortunately, because that's how that goes, right? No matter what side I spawn on, the other side has to completely screw the pooch. But we are going to be very, very careful here, because the Alaska that's against us has the absolute ability to delete us if we're not careful. But you're going to see him make a huge mistake. And one of those, as we get our Arsonist medal against the Jean Bart, is that he's going to not know or understand his own ship, as he fires his guns way too early and manages to do next to nothing to us. We hit his superstructure, do a pretty decent amount of damage to him as he's bow tanking us now. And then I'm afraid of the ram here, so I am going full speed ahead. Luckily, the Grossa Kurfürst right there just absolutely wallops him. Takes all of what's left of his health, and his secondaries quickly help finish him off. Now, that's one legendary down. There is still a very formidable boss out there, as our team is finding out, because they are all dying to this Grossa Kurfürst. Yeah. Did I mention that the Grossa Kurfürst has very, very good main batteries? Like, this thing is nasty. This is not your normal German battleship that you can just go, it'll be fine if I give him broadside. You will regret life choices if you give this guy broadside. That being said, I'm about to give this guy broadside. I am asking for help. I'm asking the Grossa Kurfürst, who is behind me, to give me some support. I want to try to get involved in killing this Grossa Kurfürst, mainly because I want you guys to... Oh, hello. Yeah, if he gave me a little bit more, maybe. You know, if he gave me just a little more, I would take it. But there's basically no damage to be had right there. It'll be all over pins, and it's not preferable. Anyway, we noticed that people are focusing on this one cruiser that's behind an island that nobody can seem to hit. So we're going to back up and see if we can't help with that. You know, American cruisers especially have pretty decent firing angles as far as the trajectory of the shot. So if we can manage to get over here and finish off this Wichita, then our team can move on, and we can potentially start to work together to get this mighty Grossa Kurfürst off the board. Because the last thing you want is those giant guns and all that health and armor looking at you by yourself. Now Wichita backs up. We take the shot, and really, we get one overpin. That's it. Really, game? I have 300mm guns, and I overpin a Wichita. Come on. I don't have that. Like, come on. Now, Iowa out there is not giving us a very good angle, but I don't want to give up this cap to this Grossa Kurfürst either. We want to make sure that we engage this guy. Now, one of the cruisers is coming back for help. The Grossa Kurfürst also is heading our way to help. So we are going to force the issue here. Now, I vastly overestimate the turning potential of this ship. I think of Baltimore and other heavy cruisers as having, you know, relatively, you know, once you start turning, they generally keep turning, that sort of thing. This thing, not so much. This thing is pretty horrendous when it comes to turning, especially when you're trying to angle the ship against big guns. So take that in mind when you do stuff like I'm about to do. Now, I will be honest, I immediately target his guns because the biggest threat to me is those... Oh god, that was so bad. He could have easily walloped me there. Luckily, we get a nice shot on him. We knock out one of his main batteries temporarily, and we are now fully angled against him. But this is where you're going to get to see the secondaries come into play of that Grossa Kurfürst. That secondary is disgusting, as I hit him for 13,000 damage with a cruiser. Yeah. You do not want to be broadside to this ship. This thing will make you pay, but those secondaries are lighting me up. And yeah, you can really start to feel like a cruiser when he's hitting you for 500 damage a shot every couple seconds with those secondaries, setting multiple fires. And you can see we are getting a lot of damage returned to him. But our Gross First is spamming HE. I'm spamming Armor Piercing, trying to get rid of the guy. And I'm starting to feel some type of way right about now about a battleship spamming HE at another battleship. Like, let's go! But we managed to take down the Grossiker First, which is our first kill on a Grossiker First so far, so we're doing alright. And that also takes our damage total up to 129,000 damage done. So we're doing pretty good, guys. Yeah, this is going to be our best match already in the Alaska. Now, obviously, you know, it's going to happen. The more I play a ship, the better I get in said ship, the more I realize what I can and can't do in said ship, and that kind of showcased it. Had I been fully broadside when that guy hit me, he would probably Citadel the ever-living crap out of me. But because I was angled just enough, when he hit me, I don't think he hit the Citadel. I think he actually overpinned most of his shots. Or they just didn't do as much damage. So, I'm not 100% sure. The armor on the Alaska is really strange. Really strange. I'm not sure. Somebody will have to let me know. Hopefully one day we'll get the armor viewer and I'll be able to, like, get a better idea of what's going on. I know they're working on it. I don't know when it's coming. I just know that we'll have armor viewer and also the, what do you call it? Training grounds when clan battles or clans come to consoles. So I don't know when that's going to happen, but I know they're working on it at some point in the near future. Now we have 129,000 damage. We've got 19 secondary hits. We've got 7 fires started, most of which were on that Jean Bart. We've done pretty well for ourselves, but our team's losing this fight, and it's not lost on me. I know that there's only 4 minutes left in this match, and we're losing the match, and the enemy has 2 caps. We do not have enough time to take any of the bases and win this match at this point. So, our goal is to kill these battleships. Now, I have 12,000 health, and by the time I get into an engagement, I should be able to almost be able to heal again, allowing us to take our health back up to something that's a little more comfortable. And I am not afraid of Bismarcks at all. You guys know this. I'm not afraid of a Bismarck in a Balti. I'm not afraid of it in this thing at all. It's not scary. It's got 15-inch guns. It can't overmatch me, so me angling anything towards him, and he's going to bounce or just do no damage. So we shoot at him. We get 3,100. We're shooting into the superstructure area because we should be able to get some easy damage there. And you can see the other Bismarck hits us, gets some damage, but what he's getting versus what I'm able to get on them, it's just not even close. And that tight grouping is just going to punch him right in the mouth. As you can see, another 5,000 damage tick by. And not going to lie, I was feeling pretty good at this point. I'm like, yep, this is a good ship. I really like it. We've gotten in a fight with another legendary, and it was a battleship, and we won. We actually got in a fight with 2 legendaries in this match. But, and of course, in true Spartan fashion, we got to leave him with just enough health to get away. But only for another 4 seconds, because I'll be honest, I was trying to get the rear guns involved here, but we reloaded the main batteries before I could turn far enough to get it. So he dies, and that leaves 1 man left. Now, the good news is, we're still at 14,000 health left. I'm able to bow tank a Bismarck. I'm not scared of dying in this one. I just hope that he comes out, and he makes the mistake of coming out. Now, remember, they had the lead. All they had to do was stay hidden. But because they engaged, they snatched defeat from the jaws of victory. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed. 142,000 damage done. Dreadnought in our cruiser. Arsonist in our cruiser. 4 kills, narrowly missing out on a Kraken. Alaska and Grossiker First on our team carried the team with Bismarck and Wichita coming in there as honorable mentions, over 2,000 base XP. So if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button. Leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.